Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Savant Young from Pasadena, California, representing the Fight Academy. Some of you guys may know me from the IFL or WEC, Affliction, Shudo. I've done been around, man. I just fought in Tachi Palace a couple months ago. So I've been around the block a couple times, man. So what's up to everybody?
What's the biggest challenge for you as a fighter?
The biggest challenge for me as a fighter, basically, is putting in the training. You know, putting in the training, making the weight, making sure the diet is proper, avoiding injuries. I think that's probably the main thing, is actually making it to the ring. You know, the fight itself, you know, this is what we do. We know what we signed up for. It's just a question of trying to avoid getting hurt and making weights, which is probably the biggest challenge.
What's your diet like? What's the struggle with making weight? What do you eat exactly?
Normally with me, you know, I'm a little older now, so it's not as easy to make weight as it is for some of the youngsters. You know, I fight at 145, walk around at like 75, 80-ish at times. It's just being disciplined. You know, like I said, I do enjoy the finer things in life, and I like to eat good. I like to have a beer daily if I can, you know. So, you know I just got to cut out all my stuff I like to do. And normally when I do that, I have no problem. But when I gotta, you know, when I cheat a little bit, it becomes a little bit more of a hassle.
I was at both the Affliction shows, and they were awesome. Can you tell us, like, what was that like being a part of the Affliction shows?
The Affliction show, for me, it was big because I fought on the first one, and that was the biggest one I thought, you know, with Fedor, when Fedor fought his first time outside of Russia or whatnot. It was huge for me, man, to be in my hometown, you know what I mean, to fight up in there at the Arrowhead Pond, or the Honda Center, I guess. It was big to be on the same card as guys like Fedor and Orlowski and Barnett and all these top fighters, you know. And at the time, I was ranked in the top 10 at 145. I was ranked number 9, so it was just good to be amongst that good crowd and fight a good opponent. I fought Mark Hominick, and that was a good night.
Is there any talk about getting into the UFC now that they have the 145 division?
I would. You know, for me, you know, I run a gym in Pasadena, Fight Academy, and although I do love fighting, and I will continue to fight if the situation presents itself, but I'm starting to become more of a coach. I got about 17 fighters out of my gym that I got to cater to. I got a kids MMA team that I got to cater to. So I'm at the tail end of it. So, but if the right fight pops up, you know, if my guys at the gym give me their blessings, I'll go out and compete anytime.
What do you have next lined up for yourself?
Right now, I'm getting ready for September. I may be doing Tachi Palace in September. I'm actually entertaining a pro boxing match later on in the year, but the next fight will probably be September for Tachi, up in Tachi Palace.
Do you ever think that, like, fighters should form a union? Is there a need for that, or?
There is a need for it. I kind of got like something like that going on right now called the MMFU, which is a Mixed Martial Fighters Union. It's not necessarily a union per se to where we're like challenging all the big organizations, but what it is kind of like a co-op. So we kind of like pooling all our money together to host our own shows, to take care of our own medicals. If one of our fighters is up, we can sponsor them for stuff if they need travel or money for training. So it's kind of like, you know, the fighters getting together, building something for themselves as opposed to just kind of waiting for a handout. You know, we are athletes and business people, so we're just making our own money too. Because without us, it ain't no fight, man. I mean, and these promoters need to kind of know that at the end of the day.
What's been the greatest accomplishment in your career?
For me, just fighting, man. I mean, I didn't really look towards making it to any organization. I'm just a fighter at heart. You know, I grew up fighting in the streets, so this was a cool way to get paid. And, you know, I think going to fight overseas was a big dream of mine, and I went over there and did that a few times in Shudo, and that was always something that I really wanted to see, and I done that. And, you know, and at the end of the day, I think I got about 220 students at my gym that all train under me. So up to this point, that's probably my biggest accomplishment. And they competing. As you saw today, my boy went in there and knocked the guy out, and we compete. We're not one of those gyms that, you know, got fighters that aren't out there active. So, you know, for me, I got a successful fight team, so I'm happy with that.
What's it like being a coach compared to being a fighter? Like, you've learned all the stuff in the ring and the octagon. What's it like teaching these young guys and girls?
I mean, it's cool. I think it's they trust me. That's the biggest thing with it. They trust me because I've been there. So think I have a good in with them because they know I'm not telling them no bullshit, man. We just in there and I'm giving it to them like it is, and they trust me. And as long as they keep winning, they're going to continue to trust me to go in there and fight.
Has anything like strange or unusual ever happened in any of your matches? Something memorable that maybe was funny or different?
Not really, man. I'm pretty professional. I'm not the guy that forget my cup, forget the mouthpiece, slip down the stairs. You know, I've made it to everyone, and I haven't been injured in no fights, man. So I'm happy, man.
And what's the audience like in Japan compared to the mixed martial arts audience in America?
The fans of Japan are super respectful. You don't get the crowd heckling. You don't get the drunk dude trying to tell you how to fight the whole time. The Japanese people, they understand what we're doing. They understand what it takes to do it, and they have a genuine respect for us as athletes. Not to say that we don't have that here, but I think they just got a better grasp on it than we do out here.
Is there anything you want to plug, your gym or anything like that?
I want to say what's up to all my boys at Fight Academy of Pasadena, my boys out at the Body Shop Fitness, all my sponsors that I got out there, Headblade, Fight Around Fight Gear, Fight Me, Nutrition for Less of Pasadena, my wife, my kids, I love y'all, and be looking out for me soon.